Yeah, on the way down to the Fall River Police Station, this time I served them. Court order to get the phone back. They've been holding hostage for just about 5 months. I need Chief Racing. Chief. I'm recording this. I want to serve the chief with a court order for returning my phone.
So you just came from court, right?
I got the court order yesterday,
Okay.
and I'm serving it. I would like to serve it on the chief now.
You what?
I would like to serve it on the chief right now.
Well, this is not a...
That is a court order. It says it's allowed right down the bottom.
It says motion to the court. That's it. For you to
That is a motion to, I brought that to the court.
Yeah,
The judge, see if you look down below, it says the judge allowed it.
Yeah, I know that. So you come in here to pick up your phone.
Yes.
The judge said you have your phone back.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah, because they've been
what's
messing,
the confusion?
because they've been playing games with me for 5 months.
You don't play games with anyone.
I've been getting, somebody deleted my
Did you
video.
ever come in here with this paper?
Excuse me?
Did you ever come in here with this
No, I
paper?
haven't.
Well, there you go. That's why you didn't get your... That's why you
No,
didn't
no,
get your
because they
property
say
back.
they don't have
You
it.
didn't get your property back because you didn't have this paper from the court.
No, they said
Without
that,
the contact ID.
they said that they sent it out somewhere. I've been wait, they said that they would contact me when the phone was returned back to the police station.
Okay, it's not my case.
Yeah, I understand. I'm not, I don't mean, I'm
What
not,
you're talking about?
alright.
Like you're talking to me about something.
Yep, no,
right there.
absolutely. Now, how
This is
come,
the
how
phone,
come,
okay?
how come I was told weeks ago that the Fall River Police Department did not have custody of the phone and I would be called as soon as the phone came back? I was told that by Kevin Tetrell, Lieutenant Tetrell.
You'd have to speak to him.
You know, that's why I went to court and got a court order. I mean, oh no, you're not getting the phone back until we're done with this. Well, the phone, we don't have possession of the phone right now, so therefore, you can't get it back. Thus spring-loaded knives were illegal.
I want you to hold on a minute, I'll ask him about it, okay?
Police officers got himself a switchblade there. Thought that was illegal in Massachusetts. That had been around.
All right, you want to examine this before I open it?
Absolutely.
And I talked to the lieutenant, it's clearly marked here that we did have the phone, so
You did have it when?
Yeah. the dates are right here. I don't know what dates you're talking about.
Campbell, item number 1, May
You
16,
satisfied with this?
2014. Oh, I'm seeing the package. Now let's
Okay.
open it up and see what the condition of the phone is. This page used for additional custody. Exchanges only.
That's the phone, this is the envelope. So all you have to do is sign right here that you're receiving it.
Can I get a copy of this here?
I'd have to ask the lieutenant.
Can I take a look through this?
I'll ask him.
I'd like to see who's, other than whose custody that it's been in.
Mhm.
All radios.
No videos, no contacts.
No contacts.
So it's completely wiped.
Yep.
The results.
Unfortunately, no, not at this time. You have to speak to somebody else.
Who do we need to speak to?
I mean, for the Freedom of Information Act allows us to gather any kind of information on this. I mean, this is the chain of custody that's been on this phone. People have touched this phone.
Yeah, I don't have the
No.
authority, and neither does the lieutenant, so.
Okay,
You
so
know, she's made requests, written requests, and has been denied paperwork.
well, actually, we haven't actually received any responses. But
Well,
so
oh no, that was
Well-
Carlos.
He didn't get responses that I'm aware of either. So we would like a copy of that. I'm gonna go ahead and make a verbal records request under Massachusetts open records law,
Yeah, you'll have to do
for
that.
that. I'm sorry, what?
You'll have to do that.
No, I am doing that right now.
She's
I'm
giving
I'm
you-
letting you know right now that I'm making a
I don't
verbal
have the
records
authority,
request.
like I said, to release it, so.
That's okay. You can get it to whoever, you can
Okay.
tell whoever.
It's been passed on.
Well,
No,
you
no,
don't have,
Who
You're
determines,
free to stay here if you like.
who
Okay.
determines who gets that? Who determines what information is released?
Well, it's gonna be up to the chief.
It's up to the chief. Is the chief available? Is Dan available?
Oh,
Well,
can you find out?
can you find out? So while we're
I
here,
talked to the lieutenant already, he's gonna let him know, okay?
tell him that we want to speak to the chief.
Okay.
Thank you.
I am putting a call into the chief's office.
Morning, Thompson.
Yes, ma'am, this is George Thompson.
this
I would
line's
like to
recording.
speak with Dan Racine, and I want to let you know, I'm in the building here, and while I'm speaking to you, I am recording this conversation.
Okay, can you hold on a minute, please?
Yes, I can.
You'll have to request make that request in writing.
That's not valid under Massachusetts law. A verbal request is required within a 10-day.
Okay.
You do not comply with records request laws? Okay, thank you. Okay, Fall River Police will not comply with the Massachusetts open records law. The detective has just explained that.
And I want to speak with him. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Warren. Listen, he's in a meeting right now.
He's always in a meeting, any time it has to do with me. Now, we're trying,
Is there a number that I can have him reach you?
well, if he comes down to the interview room, we're sitting in an interview room down here. I've got somebody that's requesting information under the Freedom of Information Act, and she.
Somebody with you?
Oh yes, I do. And she's been told that a verbal
We can wait.
request isn't good.
We can wait for him.
You know, well we
If
can
he's free, I will let him know that you are downstairs.
yes, we're waiting downstairs. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, tried to pass the buck once again.
Can I speak to you outside, please?
And who are you?
Lieutenant Furtado.
Lieutenant
Officer
Furtado.
of Professional Standards. You've been given the Evans phone back?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Anything else further we can do for you today?
Yes. I'd like a copy of the chain of
Okay.
custody on this.
Okay.
We put a request, and I've given a verbal request. She's given a verbal
we don't-
request.
We don't
You-
operate on verbal requests.
Well, that's Mass General
So-
laws.
Submit a written request to the Fall River Police Department, and we will surely adhere to your request.
No,
When you
what-
speak about that, I'm with the Bay State Examiner. We've already issued several records requests, as well as
Written?
Yes,
To the Fall River
absolutely.
Police Department?
as well as
And where
PINAC.
did you drop those off?
We mailed them here. So.
Okay, you should drop them off to ensure that they're here,
Okay.
okay?
So
Or-
let me understand this correctly.
Well, can I finish?
Sure.
Okay,
Go ahead.
return receipt is probably the best option to ensure that it is received here and who received it, okay? And then we can reply. If it was requested earlier, maybe that the investigation is ongoing, and part of Mass General law is we will not submit requests if it's part of the ongoing investigation. Okay, investigation is complete, so therefore any information that you need or request in writing will be given to you.
The investigation is complete now?
It is.
Okay.
No,
Well-
I was told, and I have it on paper from,
My portion of it is complete. My portion of it is complete.
you know, that I would get any results of the investigations, the results of the warrant that was issued to Apple Corporation.
Okay, if you hang on, that's what I'm doing down here,
Okay.
talking to you. Today, you got the iPhone, correct?
Yeah, I had to get a court order. I was told 2 weeks ago I would be called when we people had possession of it, and it would be returned then,
Okay, well,
and I
yeah,
wasn't.
we're just getting to the end of the investigation. As a matter of fact, we're just finishing it up today, completing it. And I was informing you that the portion of the investigation from the outside agency is nearing completion, and we are going to be presenting you with that portion of the investigation.
Okay. Now, how about the overall investigation? What cop reset my phone?
I'm sorry, I'm not understanding what you're saying.
Now, a police officer in this police department tampered with my phone while it was.
Okay, that's your allegation, tampering, I mean.
Apple Corporation told, come on, please.
I'm not gonna argue with you any further.
Apple
I've given you the
Corporation-
information that we're gonna give you today, and that is it for today.
Okay, so
have
is
a
the
great
chief
day.
coming down?
Is the chief
Well,
coming
the-
down?
He's in the building, so.
We just told him he was in a meeting.
He's in a meeting.
He's in a meeting, but the meeting's not in the building.
Okay.
That's not what she said.
All right,
Okay, well, it
so
was my understanding that he's not in the building and at a meeting. He may be, I stand corrected.
additionally, who's in charge of the records division here, or who receives records requests? Excuse me? So you don't know or won't say?
Gotta love it, all over the police department.
That's amazing. All right, well, I guess I have to ask somebody else. Excuse me. Can you tell me who's in charge of the records requests? Who takes them for Fall River?
Records request,
Yep.
staff sergeant, I believe. I believe that'd be the staff sergeant.
Okay, is it a specific person, or is it just whoever the staff sergeant is that's on duty?
Probably one, I'm assuming the one that's on duty.
Can you find out for me?
The staff sergeant will be out in a minute,
Okay, great.
2 minutes. He's tied up or something, he'll be out shortly.
That's fine, thank you. Hi. Are you the staff sergeant?
I am.
Hi, I'm Maya. I'm with the Bay State Examiner.
How are you? Nice to meet you.
Good, I'm doing well. I'm here, I would like to follow up with you on some records requests that have been made by both my organization and the organization PINAC
Okay.
about the George Thompson case, and specifically about, I believe, we were looking for the details of the contract with Ken Bell Associations. We hadn't received a response back. It's been obviously more than 10 days.
Okay. Usually I know that there's actually an official submission for those records.
We certainly already have.
Oh, you've done that?
Yes, absolutely. That I'm following up on those with you.
Okay, you haven't got a response.
No, and it's obviously been longer than I believe it's been about a month since ours, specifically.
Okay. And who would have been the correspondent? Who would have been coming from?
It would have been coming from Bay State Examiner Andrew Quamer.
Andrew Kumer?
Yep.
Okay, and exactly what records were you been requesting?
He was requesting documents related to the hiring of Ken Bell Association.
I'm sorry, the hiring of?
Ken Bell Association to do a outside investigation on George Thompson's cell phone.
Okay, would you bear with me for a moment?
Certainly.
Okay, the gentleman that would have initially been requesting, and unfortunately this is the only way I have to possibly identify him. Would you have a southern accent by any chance?
Are you discussing the one from PINAC?
Yeah, well,
I was discussing Andrew Quamer of the Bay State Examiner, who does not, but I'm also asking about the PINAC.
because the only information we have right now is that someone did call requesting record information, and they were
Carlos emailed the Fall River Police Station probably 4 times.
well, there was supposed to be a fax. Someone was instructed to fax their request.
Possibly.
They never received a fax.
Yeah.
Okay, that has nothing to do with my particular group, Bay State Examiner, and Andrew Quamer.
Okay.
We've turned in a records request as well about a month ago.
All right. Let me see if we have anything with this name.
Great, thank you.
I can provide you.
Appreciate it.
Sure.
People stole off of me in January.
Okay. Well, according to what I've been told, is that the information that can be provided to you at this time has been provided, and I don't think there's anything else.
He's saying it's
Okay,
gotta be
that's-
done in, she's got it on
This is,
videotape right now.
I was going to say, this is an entirely different matter. We can discuss that as well, and actually probably should. I made a verbal records request, which is, of course, a legal records request under Massachusetts law. I'm sure you understand
In
that.
specific, what records are you requesting?
Well, actually, I requested those as well, but that's a separate request. That's something different than what I was speaking to you about earlier, which is the records request, the one that we filled out and mailed in a month ago. Is there any update on that?
Now, when you're saying that, okay, I want to make sure that I have everything clear on what's being requested here. When you say record, are you asking for a board probation check, or are you asking for the criminal offense report?
Neither. Okay, so what Bay State Examiner asked for a month ago is the contract information with Ken Bell, the Ken Bell contract information for investigating.
Okay. Then I believe that the lieutenant, whoever spoke with the lieutenant earlier, he was the one that would have advised you on that. And if
That
he's-
was not addressed earlier.
That wasn't addressed earlier?
No.
So this is something totally new?
That's what I'm saying.
All right, then what I'm going to suggest at this point, what I'm within my authority to address, is that you have to address a request to administration, to the chief of police office.
Okay,
Because now you're asking something that was outside agency that was contracted to perform a task for the department?
that you guys contracted, yes.
Okay, all right, right. So that information you have to request upstairs.
Okay, so I sent in a request to you guys. You didn't forward it upstairs? You didn't respond? Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I
I'm
don't know
confused.
anything about the request that was sent in. I have no information on that request one way whatsoever right now. All I know is that from this position, from this area right here, from the records area, from the records division, we have no information on that such request. We did have someone call at one time, and they were informed on how to go about requesting records, and there was never any correspondence from that point.
Okay, yeah, that's not my group.
Right. Okay. So you're right. Your request is totally apart from that.
Sure. So, who do I make out a records request to? Who should I send it care
I
to?
would say the information you're requesting, if someone's been contracted with the department, I would say that's an administrative issue.
Okay.
So you would address it to the chief of police's office,
Okay.
not necessarily to the chief of police, but to his office. Okay, at which time that would be reviewed and forwarded to what the necessary party that would address that for you.
And they're a completely different division. They don't talk to you guys?
Well, they're the ones that's responsible for what you're requesting.
Okay, no, I understand. But are they part of the Fall River Police? They have separate records, is what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying. But they have separate records, of course, but they are part of the Fall River Police.
Okay, so when I sent a records request to the Fall River Police, if I don't send it specifically to their division, it's not going to get taken care of?
Okay, what I'm trying to say to you, ma'am, is that we each have a separate task here.
Sure.
Okay, and sometimes it's not beneficial or instrumental to combine those tasks.
Okay.
So what you're saying is that there was an agency contracted to perform whatever work for the department. It would not be necessary for my division to have that information at this time.
Okay. Are you the person who handles all the requests that come in?
Absolutely not.
Who is that person?
There's no one person to handle all requests. It depends on what you're requesting.
Okay, so you guys don't necessarily have a system, so when we send it in, if it's not to the appropriate division, it may not be addressed.
That would not expedite things if we were to do it that way.
Okay.
We try to have individual requests to individual divisions to expedite things.
Okay, well, in that case, can I get a list of all the divisions so that if in the future I need to make a request, I'm able to?
Okay, what are you looking for in specific?
Well,
You're
at that,
looking to find out who contracted this agency to perform an investigation, correct?
yes, but all right, I'm part of the media in Massachusetts. My guess is that we will probably come across each other again and different records.
What I'm doing is I'm giving you the information you need. I do not have time to be quite honest with you, respectfully,
Certainly.
and give you every division and by what means you would follow to contact that division.
But you just said that that's what I need to do, and that's why basically this was not addressed appropriately before.
Is there
To expedite the price.
Is there a list of
Yeah,
different
just,
departments like if
and who takes care of their records, maybe?
Why don't we just, condense this and get to the point?
Okay.
What information do you want?
Okay, so at this point, there's a handful of documents that I would like access to. I will follow this up with a written request, but I'm going to go ahead and make a verbal request under the Massachusetts record law. I would like the aforementioned documents that we've had a standing request for the last month.
Okay.
The ones that you say that I should send specifically to the Chiefs Association, I understand.
Chief's office.
Chief's office,
Right.
yeah,
Office of
okay,
Chief of
office,
Police, right.
Chief of Police, okay. So I would like those. I would like a recording of any of the phone calls with the general line and subsequent transfers that George made, including today's, while we were in the interview room. So,
sir, I'm not gonna, over the case with
This
you.
is-
I understand what you're saying.
Sure.
Well, what I'm saying is,
So-
are you still part of what he's requesting?
I actually, we're both interested in having that. That's,
Because if there's two separate issues here, you're confusing me
Certainly.
when you're both coming at me at one time with
certainly.
different things.
Do you,
No, that's
You're
what she-
requesting a copy of the recording.
She was requesting
no, he was just letting you know what recording it is and the specific date on it.
the date and it's.
So,
Is that part of your request as well?
absolutely, that is, we will be requesting that again in writing, but I am going to make that verbal request now. We'd like, or I would like a copy of the chain of evidence, who has taken
Yeah,
possession of that
definitely
phone.
what you're asking for would have to be requested in writing.
It will be.
Would have to be, your request would have to be examined, and then it would have to be decided that you're privy to that information.
Right, no, I understand the
So
process.
this is something that absolutely would not take place at this point in time.
I don't want you
What I am
taking the short wrong either. I don't know.
It's just that there's a process that has to be followed.
That's correct. There's also Massachusetts laws that say that
Absolutely.
this is part of that process, that a verbal records request is a legal request that you are legally required to respond to within 10 days. I don't want there to be another confusion that whether or not, the request was made. I am making this request now, here, in person, verbally to you. You have 10 days to respond. I will follow it up with a written request with all of the documents, but I live across Massachusetts. I can't come down every single time to do that.
Understood.
So,
That's not necessary. I'm sure that there's a way of doing it without you personally being here, so.
Then
I
what
don't
is
think
that
that's the
way?
issue. Through correspondence, through mail.
We've done that.
at some
It has
point,
not
there may
worked.
Be a representative necessary. I'm not sure exactly what they would request at that point, but what you're requesting me seriously is
Yes.
a point that we're not going to accomplish at this point.
I do not expect you to bring out these documents today.
Exactly.
What I'm doing is making a recording of me asking you today, right now,
Right.
for these documents, which means that it's beginning the legal process of the records request, giving you 10 days to respond.
I think
and
10 days begins after the written request.
that is incorrect, and I suggest that you read the Massachusetts law. That is publicly available. So
Once you receive that written request,
Yep.
then your 10 days start.
That is not true under Massachusetts law. A verbal request alone, in fact, even if I don't follow it up with a written request, which I will, because I want it to be easy, because I want the records.
Without the written request, how do we know it's specific what you're looking for? Again, there may be things.
Why
that
don't
you're
you take
not
some
entitled
notes?
to. There may be some things you're not entitled to.
I understand. Why don't you take some notes then?
It won't be necessary because once you.
Because
make
you
that
are not
request,
taking-
Someone will contact you.
So what you're saying is you do not take verbal requests as required under Massachusetts law.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying to you is if you comply with what's being requested of you to receive the information that you're looking for, the department will be more than happy to assist you.
That's not been the case because I have already done that process. That has not worked. So we are now doing this process.
Okay.
And you are refusing to take notes. You are refusing to take a verbal request as under Massachusetts law is your responsibility.
Yeah, I am ending this conversation at this point in time.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I've advised you of the procedure to follow. I cannot be of any more help to you.
And in that case, may I have your name, your badge number?
Sergeant Warren Francis, I'm a sergeant with the department. We don't have badges.
Okay. May I see your police ID card?
Ma'am, have a good day. If I wasn't a police officer, I wouldn't be standing here talking to you.
Sir, you are required also under Massachusetts law to provide an ID card upon legal request, which I am making.
Ma'am, I have told you the procedure to follow. That's all I can do. I am not going to.
How do I get a complaint?
I'm not going to turn this into a back and forth policy match with you, so have a good day.
There's no question on these policies, they're law. Can I have a complaint form? A blank complaint form.
Blank complaint form
Yes, please.
to the sergeant. That's what the complaints are for, so you can speak to the sergeants.
The complaint forms are so I can speak to the sergeants? Okay, can I have a blank complaint form?
You want a blank, what do you want it for?
I would like to make a complaint about a police officer.
Okay, what officer is that?
The sergeant I was just speaking with.
Okay, he's a sergeant. So you want to make a complaint against him?
That's correct.
Okay, so I will get someone here to speak to you.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Who are you?
Excuse me?
I said, I'm doing all right. How are you?
You doing okay?
Excellent.
What I'm gonna do for you, the sergeant said that you asked for some information. From what I understand, the information will be provided to you when the investigation is complete. The Office of Professional Standards will notify you when it's complete and get you the information that you requested.
That's interesting. They haven't taken my name or address and are
Based on the
refusing.
examiner, I believe, right?
That is correct. So, and I'm sorry, what is your name and last name?
Captain Cabral.
Captain. Hi. So, I just asked to make a complaint against the sergeant. Why have you brought him over here?
You just came out here with me.
Okay.
Go back in.
That sounds good, thank you. So when will I be meeting with IA to make a complaint?
There is no complaint, ma'am.
No, I am making one.
Well, I was told to give you that information. That's the information I'm giving you. You've received all the information. We can provide it to them. When your investigation is complete, the Office of Professional Standards and Internal Affairs will notify you, and you'll receive a copy of the report that time.
How would they notify
Okay,
if they
so-
don't
so-
have any contact information on them?
So,
I believe they know you.
They know me, but
Well,
I'm
she
not
said she
her.
made a
She's
notification to them.
They
Okay.
I will take her information.
Yeah, they've made
So-
a.
Do you have, you have a business card?
not on me. So I tell you what, I walked up to the window and said that I wanted to file a police complaint. Are you telling me that I can't do that?
There's no complaint.
No, I'm
We
saying,
don't have the information
what I'm saying is I would like to file one right now,
regarding what.
regarding your sergeant. May I speak with IA? Or,
I will have the front officer call up there and see if they're available to speak with you.
fabulous,
Well, I
thank
give
you.
you the information I have.
Okay, I appreciate that, thank you.
And if you want to give me your information,
Sure. Hi, excuse me. I'm sorry, I'm waiting for IA. Is there any way you can tell me when they're going to be coming down?
I don't know if they're upstairs.
Uh,
They're not here. I can give a call, see if anyone's answering.
That would be fantastic, thank you. Lieutenant Furtado?
I'm trying to reach internal affairs.
Please speak after the tone.
Okay, it is your prerogative, it's your right to videotape me.
That's correct.
It's my right, my prerogative not to be videotaped. So if you wish to speak to me, it'll be off videotape. Do you wish to speak to me off videotape?
Are you with IA, or is there anybody from
Ma'am, I said I
IA?
do not wish to be videotaped, and that is my prerogative.
That's fine. Is there somebody
And I
from...
hold by that. You can hold that there and
Okay.
attempt to videotape me. I will talk to you off the record, off videotape.
Okay, so I came down and left and would not take a report. I turned off my cameras. I said I would do it.
Show me right as I'm sitting.
I was going to say,
I'm sitting here, I have nothing pointed toward that man.
and because
when-
you were here, you're not me.
I have nothing to do with what you're about to talk to him about. I
Okay.
have no cameras pointed his way whatsoever. This is how you get treated at the Fall River Police Department when you're talking about a dirty cop. This place is bullshit. You know, you request records that should be released. You don't get them. You got cops that don't want to do their jobs. You try to file a complaint against an officer, and they don't want to accept the complaint. The cops don't want to talk on record. I had nothing to do with that. I'm sitting there with the camera not even pointed at him. You shut your cameras down, and he still want to put his tail between his legs and run away, you know. This is our police department. This is the people, this is how, and that's how the investigation into this whole wiretapping issue is going. You know, we've got police protecting, we've got cops protecting other dirty cops. They don't want to be caught on record because what they have to say can only incriminate themselves. Well, I got my iPhone back. Completely wiped out, no contacts, no videos. After they deleted it, they've held their hostage for 5 months. Some sarcastic remarks on why I didn't get it back, because I never came down to ask for it. I've asked for it about 2 to 3 times every week since April 11th, since the charge has been dismissed.
Now, they've made some claims about the chief not being in the building or being in a meeting all day. And the chief of police, as well as a deputy chief of police vehicle, are both very clearly here. If you found our reporting valuable and you want to support us, please like and share our content. Follow Bay State Examiner on Facebook and BS Examiner on Twitter, and stop by baystateexaminer.com. If you want to support more of our reporting, please consider donating to us directly. A link to our donation page is in the description. Thanks.